a big week, right? There's some economic data, small amount of earnings, but the Fed meeting, starting on Tuesday, ending on Wednesday, is what will drive these markets. We'll get into all that in a moment. But first, let's break you down with what exactly the week is going to bring for you here. First, we already got data this morning. Empire State, pretty big miss on Empire State manufacturing. They were last month. There was 11.9. They were looking for something about 4.5. Comes in negative 8.7. Now, tomorrow, as the Fed meeting starts, we'll get retail sales data, a top 6 data point that we look at. And the expectations are for up 0.3 on headline, up 0.4 ex vehicles. So that is an interesting number because remember, we've gotten some mixed data out of retail lately. The Bank of America Consumer Checkpoint had a good number for August, up 0.4%. Meanwhile, last week, Jamie Dimon, another place where we would get high frequency data, he's talking about the overall economy weakening based on the payrolls and consumer confidence. He's looking at more data than actual numbers that the economic data as opposed to the numbers that Bank of America is putting out. But then we'll get the decision from the FOMC Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. The press conference for Jerome Powell, 2:30 Eastern. We'll also get, remember in the September release, we'll get the summary of economic projections where we'll get expectations for this year and 2 years out on GDP, unemployment, inflation, and PCE, and where we feel the Fed funds rate will be during that period. So a lot of information we'll get despite the move on interest rates and Jerome Powell's press conference giving us guidance for the future. It looks like it'll be about 25 basis points. There is a small percentage of 50 basis points. Doesn't seem to be catching any momentum, but certainly something we'll look at. Also this week, earnings. The main earnings day is Thursday. We'll get Darden Restaurant Group in the morning, FedEx and Lennar in the afternoon. Remember, FedEx and UPS under some pressure lately for lower numbers and expectations. So some data this week, a big Fed meeting that will really drive interest rates and the stock market through the rest of the week. Remember, the Fed, the 10-year yield currently sits 4.04%.